How do Germany and Poland compare?
Two very similar sized countries in Europe.
And they're right next to each other.
Wow. Let's see how they compare.
We're going to watch this video, see what it's all about. If you guys enjoy, make sure to subscribe, like the video. You can check out our travel vlog channel. We actually went to Poland, and I've been to Germany before, just no travel vlogs about it because it was a while ago.
I went to an airport in Germany.
You did? That's pretty cool. Wait, there might be a vlog moment of us in the airport in Germany.
You can go find it in the video somewhere. Just kidding.
We'll link our Poland vlog in the pinned comment down below, so check it out.
Now let's see how they compare. Obviously, they've got some history, but I don't know what this video is going to actually mention. It's 12 minutes long, so I'm sure it'll get into some sort of history eventually.
Here we go.
And Poland. These two European countries have within them very different realities. Despite this, they exist side by side, having done so throughout history and sharing much of their common heritage. Today, they are allies together in NATO.
Interesting thing to mention, where we are from in Minnesota, a lot of the people here have German and Polish heritage.
Yes.
European Union, but this was not always the case. And despite their recent approximation, many differences remain between the two countries. So in this video, we're going to take a look at how Germany and Poland compare.
Alrighty.
I thought a good place to start would be their flags. They are quite different, although some similarities do exist. They both consist of horizontal stripes, although Germany has 3 and Poland has 2.
Why is this part
they
in
both
here?
use the color red, although Poland uses it exclusively along white.
This is making me nervous about this video.
It's just pointing out like it's very observational things that like a possibly like a third grader could observe so far.
We've watched like videos of comparisons between like Indonesia and the Philippines, and like one of them will be, oh, in Indonesia they speak Indonesian, in the Philippines they speak Filipino. We're like, oh,
that makes sense.
Okay.
While Germany does so with black and gold. However, Germany's imperial flag also contained white. And above all, their national coat of arms are a little similar. For Germany, a black eagle with a red beak on a gold field. For Poland, a white eagle crowned with a gold beak on a red field. Germany's eagle dates back to the symbol of the Holy Roman Empire, while Poland's dates back to its first king, Boleslaw I in the 10th century, whose currency and symbols already depicted an eagle. And this historical look is important in another aspect, territory. Poland and Germany have coexisted since very early on, not in the same way, of course. Poland ceased to exist for various times, and Germany wasn't even united back then, but still the territories
the Holy Roman Empire.
Would eventually become Germany and Poland, often exchanged hands between German and Polish rulers. The Teutonic Order, the predecessors of Prussia, who would eventually lead the establishment of the modern German state, existed in partially what is today Poland, and in fact, their existence in the early days is very much marked by conflict against the Polish. On the other end of the timeline, the most recent examples would be World War I and World War II. The now Polish city of Gdansk, known to the Germans as Danzig, was precisely a subject of great dispute during this time, having been taken away from the Germans after World War I. This was followed by the German occupation of Poland in World War II, and the territories that were once German becoming Polish after the end of the war. This map on Poland's border changes throughout history shows us how by 1000 AD, the Polish kingdom even surpassed the modern borders, how the German Empire then pushed back, and how Poland then took that land back again. What is today Western Poland was for a long time Eastern Imperial Germany, speaking to the great connection between these two peoples throughout history, and these lines are still relevant today, namely in electoral results. The results of Poland's presidential election of 2015 almost perfectly match the old imperial border, with one candidate winning in the old German lands, while the other one in the rest. I made a whole video about this that you can watch if you want.
How far back the ideologies go.
How do their sizes compare today? Germany is the 63rd largest country in the world at 357,000 square kilometers. Poland
66. Germany. Oh, nice, Poland. No. 69.
A funny number.
69th at 322,000.
All right, I respect Poland infinitely more now that they're the 69th largest country. Thank you very much, Poland.
A little less, but not that significantly different. Another important aspect of their territory, which connects to the previous point of the border changes, is the current border they share.
Czechia's just right here, and it's like, Czechia, what are you doing? This could have just cut right down, and this could have been Poland.
Yeah.
This could have been Germany.
It could have been like another just a long, and then I mean at that point they might just keep going. So you
Yeah.
get Slovakia and Austria out of there.
All of Europe is just Germany, Poland.
They should have.
Established along the other nice rivers, all of the border between the two countries consists of these two rivers, with the exception of this tiny bit here. I'm convinced they did this just to annoy us. It would be so much more satisfying to have the river for the entire thing. The northern part of the border is the Oder, while the southern part consists of the Neisse, a tributary of the Oder River.
Nice. That says Naib.
Poland. Within this
Naibi.
territory, infrastructure is also an important difference. Railways, for instance, Germany has a vaster network. Although Poland is not too far behind, Germany's Autobahn network is
I think
far
Poland got
faster.
quite a bit there.
Although Poland
Hey, you know how many we have in the U.S.?
is not
Like
too far behind.
6.
Yeah,
Germany's
you can't
Autobahn
use it.
network is far vaster and more advanced, but Poland has quickly been catching up. After all, they also started behind due to constantly being invaded, occupied,
that's
and
like in the last
destroyed by
10
Germans and
years,
Russians.
15
Another
years.
interesting
Oh,
difference is that
that'd be really
Germany
nice.
has no speed limit in some highways, while Poland has a limit of 140 kilometers
Come
an
on,
hour.
140
This chart
miles per
compares
hour.
the
What
two.
the
Oh!
heck?
I don't know how up to date it is.
I'll get
Germany's
some
railway
comments.
I
network
will.
is 10 kilometers per square kilometer, ahead of Poland's 6 kilometers. But as we can see, Poland is still doing well, ahead of Italy, Portugal, or Denmark. Their infrastructure quality index, though, is lower than these countries,
Oh.
and Germany's 3.6.
Germany had a lot. I thought Italy was like known for their trains.
I guess Germany's like not even. Germany's double.
Compared to 5.5. What about their population? Germany has about 83 million
A lot of people.
while Poland only has about 38. So
Still quite a bit
how?
of people.
They're pretty much the same size. How does Poland have less than half the population? Well, it has to do with population density. This map, which also includes other countries in Central Europe, shows us the difference in population density. As we can see, Germany is much darker, having more population density, especially in the west, a more industrialized and richer region. It also has significantly
Berlin is
more
a
urban
big
centers. Poland's population,
black-
despite being less
Yeah, for it to be
concentrated,
that
seems
wide
more
and still be
equally
that dense.
distributed along the territory. There's slightly more people in the south and west, as well as urban centers, of course, but not such a big east-west difference as we see in Germany. Their population pyramid is similar, with aging populations. Life expectancy in Poland is 78 years, with a huge difference from women to men, 82 to 75
What
respectively.
the heck?
In
Interesting.
Germany, it's 81, with women having 83 and men having 70.
Wow.
Dang
Up to
women.
Why can't I be a
2.4 million
woman
Polish
now?
people live in Germany.
You
Some
can
including
be a woman if you want to be.
German repatriates. Germany has a significant immigrant community. Almost 23% have at least one parent born
1.7%
abroad, but
Kazakh.
many are
Interesting.
already born in Germany.
That's
Poland
very
does
random.
not have such a relevant immigrant community. Only 2.3% have an immigrant background, 0.5 of which are mostly German, and 0.4 from Ukraine and Belarus, although this
Much
number
higher
may
now, I'm
have
sure.
increased with the recent large wave of Ukrainian refugees. Religion is also a topic on which they are vastly different.
Wow,
Poland
that
is
is
92%
surprising.
Catholic,
That is a
1%
lot.
Orthodox, and only 3% non-religious. Although
Wow.
the 92% is a little questionable, people may call themselves Catholic out of tradition, but then effectively
Oh.
don't practice Catholicism. A similar situation happens in Portugal, where 80% is Catholic, but most do not practice. Germany is quite religiously diverse. Not only does it have a significant
26% is only the
Catholic
highest.
Protestant divide
Oh, yes,
due to the
non-religious is
Protestant
42.
Reformation, with each taking up about 25% of the population, half overall, but it also has a very significant non-religious population, 42%, with only 2% Orthodox and 3% Muslim. It's pretty fascinating to look at a map
Oh,
of these
wow.
divisions in Germany. The north is mostly Protestant, the south mostly Catholic,
Oh,
and the
that's
east, where the
interesting.
former Soviet
I guess that was the Soviet side.
Which was no religion.
That is interesting.
protectorate existed, is almost entirely non-religious in its majority. Again, I did a full video about remaining east-west differences in Germany. Politically, they are also quite different. To start, Poland is a unitary state, while Germany is a federal one with much larger regional autonomy. They both have a president and a prime minister, along with a bicameral parliament. However, Poland's president seems to de facto share some executive power with the government, something that doesn't happen in Germany. Poland is seen as a semi-presidential regime and seems to have a much higher concentration of power in the central government, something that is avoided in Germany, in part due to the distribution of power.
That's a lot
at
of
federal
arrows in
level.
different directions.
Despite their historical grievances,
Bureaucracy.
both of these governments have a good relationship today. Again, they're both allies in NATO and a part of the EU together, having open borders and sharing a common market. Poland's only difference is that it doesn't use the euro, using instead its own currency, the zloty. The exchange rate by May of 2023.
I mean, look at that mustache. You couldn't take that off of a dollar.
That mustache and that flow going, my God.
No, that is immaculate.
Is that 1 zloty equals 22 cents. Military-wise, the German armed forces have about 183,000 active soldiers, with only around 50,000 in reserve. They spend around 1.4% of their GDP in the military.
Went up a lot recently.
I wonder why.
Recent events. The military age is 17, technically mandatory but suspended indefinitely since 2011. Poland's military has 164,000 active soldiers, with an unspecified number in reserve. Some numbers point to 200,000. Their conscription age is 18, although non-mandatory, and they spend a much higher percentage of their GDP on it, 2.2%. Speaking of GDP, how do the two economies compare? In 2023, Germany's predicted GDP will be of 4.3 trillion US dollars, or for Poland, this value will be of 754 billion US dollars. Germany is the world's 4th largest economy, Poland the 22nd. Poland's biggest partner is Germany, both in exports 28% and imports 20%. Germany, however, does not have Poland in its top 5 partners, only in 8th place. In power purchasing parity values, Germany's GDP per capita is 51,000, while Poland's is 44,000.
Wow, I see you. I see you up here, Norway.
Getting that dark green up there.
Ah, Norway. Oh, I see you, Switzerland.
Oh, Luxembourg.
Oh, what the nuts? That's so much higher. Poor Moldova over here in Ukraine. Ireland doesn't even have a number. It's just so high.
Too high.
A closer value due to Poland's cheaper prices as well as a smaller population. The real indicator of income distribution, though, is the Gini coefficient. Germany has a rating of 29.7, while Poland has one of 28.5. The ideal value is 0 for perfect income equality, so they're pretty balanced on this.
The average monthly net salary in Lithuania.
Perfect
Whoa, yeah, what the heck?
Lithuania, what's happening?
Interesting map here.
Income equality, so they're pretty balanced on this. The average monthly net salary in Germany is 2,600 euros, while in Poland only 1,041. This is reflected, for instance, in the capability of young people moving out from their families' homes.
Oh wow, I know 45% in Poland, ages 25 to 34. Whoa. Nothing wrong with that.
No.
But
I mean, we're both living with my parents currently.
Yeah.
When we're not in the Philippines.
Customs, but still in Poland, 43% of people aged
US is 14%.
Wow, that is very interesting. Because you would, for some reason, I would expect it like down here. I don't know why, but interesting. It goes up into like this area too.
34 live with their parents, a value that is only
17%
in Germany.
Possible
Germany
cultural
saw an
reasons
inflation
as well.
of 10% in 2022 and has a 1.4 unemployment rate, with 17% of population at risk of poverty. Poland had around 15% inflation in 2022 and has only 2.7% unemployment, with 18% at risk of poverty.
What is at risk of poverty? Why don't they just say in poverty? Yeah. Why at risk?
Are very similar. Although Germany is slightly ahead, its national average is 0.942, and none of its 16 states have a score under 0.9. Poland's national average is 0.876, and only one of its 12 voivodeships score above 0.9, the rest being above 0.8. Security-wise, there are conflicting reports. The general idea is that Poland is safer. The Global Peace Index places them on the same level, with Germany slightly ahead, but we all know that isn't exactly accurate. Germany statistically has more crime, but it also has more than twice the population, so it's difficult to compare the two. Regarding language, they are also quite different. Both German and Polish are Indo-European languages, but German belongs to the subgroup of Germanic languages, while Polish is a Slavic language. As far as I know, there are no relevant similarities, only some words with common origins. For instance, the word for mayor in Polish, burmistrz, comes from the German word Bürgermeister. The opposite also happens. For instance, Grenz in German, meaning border, comes from the Polish granica. As some German people remain in Poland, around 150,000, the language is still spoken there, as well by the Polish immigrants in Germany. So, That is a brief overview of how Poland and Germany compare.
There's a lot of information.
It was a lot of information.
Neighboring countries have their connection dating back to very early in history, mostly coexisting in a non-peaceful way and having very difficult relations throughout time, culminating in the various partitions of Poland in which Germany took part, and the annexation of German territories by Poland at the end of World War I and II. Today they are good friends and important partners, and while they are similar in many ways, they also differ. Their size is similar, but their population is not. Their economies are vastly different, while their military is not that different. Their government types are distinct, as is their currency, but even in what separates them, such as language, we can find some connections due to the historical and regional proximity between them.
Guys,
Did you notice any mistakes, and are there any other significant differences or similarities between Germany and Poland? Let me know in the comments, along with your suggestions of which two countries.
all right, just love each other, everybody.
Yeah.
This is what we can all, even if there was terrible atrocities in the past, we can heal and
I
we
mean,
can be friends.
Interesting to notice that even within the country's current borders, the old borders have such an impact on ideology and like stuff like that. So in a sense, that means that borders really right now don't even make any. They don't determine anything, man. Just
No.
be peace,
Come
love,
on.
bro. Chill.
Peace,
dude.
though. They're
Be
both in the
good.
EU, so they're both in like the same like
Big border.
big border group. Then they can like share a road, you
Just
know.
be like homies, home dogs.
We're giving you a lot of insight right now, but I mean it's really interesting video. I mean we know that obviously these two are European countries right next to each other, so they have a lot of similarities, but there's also a lot of differences, which a lot of people might not like. They might downplay the differences between European countries, but obviously there are tons and tons of
Yes.
differences between every single one.
Lots of the history, lots of the differences originating from the history as well as current things going on, just culture as well. Very interesting to learn.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Hopefully you enjoyed. Check out that Poland vlog. It's down
Yes.
in the pinned comment below, and see if you like it. See you in the next one. Bye.